Welcome to our channel. I'm so glad you're here today because we're tackling a topic that's super important and affects us all. Inflation. What is it? How does it impact you, me, and the economy? Stick around for the next 5 minutes and we'll break it all down together. What is inflation? Let's start with the basics. Inflation is the rate at which the prices of goods and services increase over time. Imagine heading to your favorite coffee shop. Last year, your latte might have cost you $3, but this year, it's $3.50. That's inflation in action. But wait, why does this happen? There are 3 main types of inflation. First, demand-pull inflation. When demand for goods and services exceeds supply, prices go up. Next, cost-push inflation. When the cost of producing goods rises, businesses pass that cost on to consumers. Lastly, there's built-in inflation, which happens when workers demand higher wages to keep up with rising costs, creating a cycle of price increases. At its core, inflation reflects how the value of money changes over time. Impact on everyday buyers. So, what does this mean for you and me as buyers? Well, let's start with the obvious. It gets more expensive to buy things. Essentials like food, rent, and gas start costing more, which can really strain your budget. Another impact? Inflation chips away at the value of your savings. If the inflation rate is higher than the interest rate on your savings account, your money's purchasing power decreases over time. In simple terms, you'll be able to buy less in the future with the same amount of money. And here's the tough part. Wages don't always rise at the same rate as inflation. This can make it harder for people to maintain their standard of living. However, not all inflation is bad. Controlled inflation can signal a growing economy. Impact on the economy. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. How inflation impacts the economy. One major effect is on interest rates. Central banks, like the Federal Reserve, often raise interest rates to control high inflation. This can make borrowing money, like taking out a loan or a mortgage, more expensive for businesses and individuals. Inflation also impacts businesses. Rising costs for materials and labor mean higher prices for consumers or reduced profits for companies. This can slow down investments and economic growth. And when inflation gets out of control, what we call hyperinflation, it can destabilize entire economies. For example, in extreme cases like Zimbabwe or Venezuela, people have had to carry wheelbarrows full of money just to buy a loaf of bread. On the flip side, too little inflation, known as deflation, can be a sign of a stagnant or struggling economy. It's all about finding the right balance. Conclusion and call to action, so there you have it. An overview of inflation, how it affects our daily lives, and its broader impact on the economy. While inflation can feel like a burden, understanding it empowers us to make smarter financial decisions. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you felt the effects of inflation in your daily life? Maybe you've noticed higher prices at the grocery store or at the pump. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.